वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सावनरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादां सावनललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय गौरपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिविबुधाय वैद्यनाथाय नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय गौरपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद्भक्तिप्रमोदाय पुरिवस्सामि नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती नामिने। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुतं देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य वृंदाय तुलसीदेव प्रिय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। At first, I offer my respectful obeisances to our Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Vinod Vadhan Goswami Maharaj. Please bless us and give us enough blessing by which I can listen Harikatha today. After that, I offer my respectful obeisances to Parama Gurudev and Guru Parampara. Then I offer my respectful obeisances to all Vaishnavas, all assembled devotees, and to everyone who are listening and watching this Harikatha. Now, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. Today we will read Bhagavad Gita from chapter 8 and verse number 17. In this verse, what Lord Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, that thing we will try to understand today. Lord Shri Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna says, Shastra Yuga Parjantam Aharyat Brahmana Vidaho Raktim Yuga Sahstrantam Teha Tatra Vida Janaha. Now we will try to understand the meaning of each Sanskrit word. What is the meaning of each Sanskrit word? We will try to understand. The meaning of Shastra is 1000. Yuga means millenniums, Paryantam including Aho means day, Yat that which Brahmana or Brahmana Viduhu they know, Raktim the night, Yagaha millenniums, Sastra Antam similarly ending after 1000 day, Aharatro day and night, Vidaha who understand, Janaha means people. Now we will try to understand what is the meaning of the verse. By human calculation, that means according to our calculation, 1000 is taken together. From that there is if we aggregate thousands ages taken together from the duration of Brahma to 1 day. That means in our calculation, 1000 years. If we aggregate together, then that comprises 1 day of Lord Brahma. And as such also in the duration of his night, and that is also the duration of night of Brahma. The duration of material universe, that means we are staying in this place is called material world. And the material world, there is at certain point of time this material world was created, and at a certain point of time this material world will also be destroyed by the will of Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. The duration of this material universe is limited. It is manifested in cycle of kalpas. That means the duration of time of this material world can be classified into kalpas. A kalpa is a day of Brahma. That means what is kalpa? Kalpa is the day of Brahma. One day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycle of 4 yuga. That means what we have understood now. Kalpa is a day, only one day, a day, only one day of Brahma, and one day of Brahma also consists of 4,000 cycles of 4 yuga. That means there are 4 yugas. We know earlier that is 4 yuga. What are the name of these 4 yugas? Shatya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. These are the 4 yugas. And these 4 yugas, when cyclically goes to 1,000 times, then one day is formed of Brahma. The cycle of Satya Yuga. Now we will understand the characteristics of the Satya Yuga. What is the main characteristics of Satya Yuga? We will try to understand. The characteristics of Satya Yuga is virtue, wisdom, and religion, and there being practically no ignorance and vice. That means on that time, each and every human being or living entity try to follow what is proper religion, and there is no any kind of ignorance or present on that time. Everyone was very fruitful, and everyone follow religious principle. Everyone follow religious principle. That's why that is called Satya Yuga. There is on that yuga there was no ignorance, and this yuga was the last of this yuga was 117,28,000 years. That means this Satya Yuga, the duration of Satya Yuga is 117,28,000 years. After that Satya Yuga, there comes Treta Yuga. In this Treta Yuga, there is a slight degradation of religion, and ignorance is increasing compared to Satya Yuga. The duration of this Treta Yuga is 12,96,000 years. In the Dwapar Yuga, after Treta Yuga, the next Yuga is called Dwapar Yuga. The duration in this Dwapar Yuga compared to Treta Yuga, the quality of religious activity decreases, and also greater decline of virtue and religion, and vice increasing. And the duration of this Yuga is 8,64,000 years. And finally, there is Kali Yuga. Now we are living in the Kali Yuga, and the duration of Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Now we have already passed 50,000 years of this Kali Yuga. We know that there is very much degradation in terms of religion, and there is very little truthfulness is present. And according to Shastra, there is some characteristics of this Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, we know the experience of there is an abundance of strife, ignorance, religion, vice, true virtue being practically non-existent. That means in this Yuga, there is no practically true virtue present. In Kali Yuga, vice increases to such a point that termination. That means at the end of this Kali Yuga, there is so much increase in the ignorance that increase the Kali Yuga vice increases so much that permission of yoga, the Supreme Lord himself appear as Kalki Avatar. And what Kalki Avatar do that on that time? Kalki Avatar will destroy all kind of vanquishes all demons and saves his devotees and commences another Satya Yuga. This is the cycle of yoga. This cycle goes on immemorial time, and by this cycle and this process of sets the rolling again. That means after destroying all kinds of demons present on the Kali Yuga and saving the devotees of Lord Shri Krishna, the Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead Shri Krishna set up new kind of yoga, that is Satya Yuga. That means Satya Yuga begins in this way. After Satya Yuga, there is also Treta Yuga, then Dapur Yuga, after Kali Yuga. This kind of cycle going on again and again. Then the process of set rolling again, this 4 yuga rotating 1,000 times. That means the Satya, Treta, Dapur, Kali. This 4 yuga comes 1,000 times. This 1,000 times of yoga comprises a 1 day of Lord of Brahma. Similarly, 1 day is formed 1,000 times of this 4 yuga, and 1,000 types of this 4 yuga also comprises the 1 night of Brahma, and similarly comprises the 1 night. Brahma lives 100 of such years. In this way, Brahma lives 100 of such years and then dies. That means 100 of each calculation is the total. Now, if we understand that according to our calculation, according to our age calculation in our earth, that means 311 trillion 40 billion earth years is the duration of Brahma. So, if we see that this kind of number is very big number, but in terms of creation of Lord Shri Krishna, this is very minute time. The life of Brahma seems fantastic and immemorial, but from the viewpoint of eternity, it is as brief of lightning flash. We see that flash is just on and then suddenly off. Similarly, the life of Brahma is similar lightning flash. In the coastal ocean, there are innumerable Brahma rising and disappearing. That means there is causal ocean. There is innumerable Brahma takes birth and dies again and again. Within a very little fraction of second, this kind of Brahma's life takes birth and dies. That means if we compare, if we see the there are innumerable bubbles in Atlantic Ocean. Bubbles take origin, then grow, then die immediately. Similarly, Brahma's life goes in this way. Brahma and his creation are all part of material universe. That means Lord Brahma, Brahma also stays in this material world. Brahmaloka is a one part of this material world. Therefore, they are constant flux. That means after certain point of time they are created, and certain point of time they are being destroyed. In the material universe, not even Brahma is not free from the process of birth, old age, disease. In the material world, in the material universe, Lord Brahma is not also free from birth, old age, and disease. And Brahma, that means we are under the birth, we are staying in earthly planet. In this planet, we are under birth, old age, disease, and death. This 4 kind of misery is present in this material world. Similarly, in the Brahmaloka, this kind of misery is also present. Brahma is also not fixed, and the person who are very pious person, they go up to Brahmaloka. They are also falls under these rules. They are also not free from these four kinds of process of birth, old age, disease and death. Brahma, however, are directly engaged. Brahma, now what is the position in terms of creation of Krishna? Brahma is directly engaged in the service of Supreme Personality of Godhead and management of the universe. Whatever universe Lord Shri Krishna created, that is managed by Lord Brahma. That means Brahma are in the very exalted position, and that therefore he once attains liberation. That means after doing this kind of activity, they get liberation. But elevated sannyasi, who are promoted to Brahma's particular planet, there are various pious sannyasi who are elevated to promoted Brahma's particular planet, Brahmaloka, which is highest planet in the material world. In this highest position in this material world is Brahmaloka. In this Brahmaloka, everyone is heavenly planet and which survive all heavenly planet in the upper strata of the planetary system. But in due course of Brahma, all the inhabitants of Brahma are subject to death. That means all in the inhabitants of Brahmaloka, everyone dies at certain point of time. That means after completion of the life of Brahma, the inhabitants of Brahma also die. But previously we understand that this is all. Today we will understand that about the material world, material creation of Lord Shri Krishna. After beyond this material creation, there is also a spiritual world, that is transcendental world, the abode of Lord Shri Krishna. And that place there is no any kind of destruction. That means this material world is destroyed at certain point of time, but spiritual world never destroyed. Spiritual world is constantly fixed. The spiritual world is fixed. That means we have to focus on our spiritual activity. We have to serve Lord Shri Krishna properly. Without serving Lord Krishna, without praising Lord Krishna, we will not be happy in this world. And after quitting this body, we will not get happy. That means if we do only pious activity, then that will reach up to the Brahmaloka. That means this Brahmaloka is also in this material world. But we should have focus on to reach our actual home. That is Goloka Vrindavan. We have to try to do in this life. That's why we have to focus on our everyday activities to pleasing the Lord Shri Krishna, and we have to practice devotional service always. By this practice, we will reach the eternal place. Otherwise, we will stay this material place, and we will have to stay on this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. We have to stop. Uh, Exit from this cycle of birth, old age, and disease, and we have to serve Lord Shri Krishna. By serving Lord Shri Krishna, we will go easily to the transcendental abode of Lord Shri Krishna. This is for today. Now, after next day, we will read verse number 18. Now, we will do one section. Hariharaya Namah Krishna Jadavaya Namah Jadavaya Madhavaya Kesavaya Namah Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madhanamaham Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita हरि गुरु वैष्णव भागवत गीता श्री रूप सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भक्त दास रघुनाथ এই বসাই যার মই তার দাস সভা কদরে মোর পঞ্চগ্রাস তাদের চরণ সেবি ভক্ত সন্নিবাস জনমে জনমে হরে অভিলাষ এই বসাই যাবে ব্রজে কৈলাবাস রাধা কৃষ্ণ নিত্য লীলা করিলা প্রকাশ আনন্দে বল হরি ভজ বৃন্দাবন শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পদে মজাই রামন শ্রী গুরু বৈষ্ণব পাদ পদ্ম করিয়া নাম সংকীর্তন করে নরোত্তম দাস হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে নিতাই গৌর হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল নিতাই গৌর হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল নিতাই গৌর হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল হরে বল কৃষ্ণ নিতাই গৌর প্রেমানন্দে হরে হরে বল जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधार गिरिधार की जय जय सपरिका श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधार राधा गोपीनाथ गिरिधार जय जगन्नाथ लक्ष्मी नृसिंह भगवान की जय जय अपन गुरुदेव श्रीमद भक्ति विविध गोदान गोस्वामी महाराज की जय जय गुरु परंपरा की जय वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय भगवान मंगल हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय जय श्री श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।